What's happening, fam? L.A.R movement still moving. Subscriber die trying. You see the thumbnail. Education, race, and parenting. School started, so I was watching some things and I'm listening. And I started thinking about it. Where when you send kids to school, they're talking about we push our kids to sports and other groups don't do that. I think all races push their kids to the things that makes their racial group the most successful. With us, I understand that it's sports and entertainment. I get that. I get it. Other cultures might, push their kids to doctors and lawyers and engineers. I get that. But if you look at it, it doesn't really work out that way. Most of our kids don't become athletes and entertainers, and most of their kids don't become doctors, lawyers, and engineers. So it's a gesture, it's a template, but it's not the end all be all. Now, the other thing about this is, because I was seeing, there's a clip of a father talking about critical race theory and masking. I'm going to talk about masking in another video because I already put it in one, but this is going to be a little something different. What I see is, people are more concerned, either you're concerned about it or it's to your advantage, where education and race play a role in the sense of you may have advantages with your teachers, and you may have disadvantages with your teachers because of race. So a teacher may give you more leeway, more time, more patience, depending on your race, than another student, And not just as far as a teacher, but systematically, you might be able to, you can, how can I say this? You can have the special ed thing on you if you're black, and it'll be different if you have the special ed thing on you if you're white, which means, it's special ed if you're black and it's exemptions if you're non-black. So nothing could be wrong with both people, but they're stigmatized differently. This person is stigmatized that they're not going to get it, and this person is stigmatized that they're going to get it. They just need a little bit longer. So that's a whole nother thing. Now, where I'm going back to is the parenting aspect, where we got to take into consideration the parenting problem, or maybe not a problem, like the assumption that parents are not on the kids. And, sometimes it's a racial assumption, and other times it's more of an assumption of Americans, the laziness of Americans, of us as parents, where we're not as concerned about our children's education as we say we are. So are you checking the homework? Oh, the kid ain't got no homework. But now the kids, grades and everything is online, so you can just check online to see what it is. And now we're at that point where, with education, race, and parenting, where the teacher-student conference is more interactive online than ever. Like, where even if you can't make the meetings, the parent-teacher meetings, you can interact with the teacher, phone call, email, blah, 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 blah. And I find it interesting because what people are going to find out is you're going to find out more parents are more uninvolved than involved. Like the news story they had about in Reno, where the parent contracted COVID, and instead of quarantining themselves and the kid, they sent the kid to school like on the first day and got 80 plus school kids quarantined. So it's like, this is what's going on. And the same thing, that messes with people's education is going on today. So, in my opinion, education, race, and parenting are going to get interesting. And by the way, I should have added gender because, even with my race in particular, I guess it hits different if I show up. You get what I'm saying? Like, people assume that they can say or do something to my child and their mom's going to show up. And then when they hear my voice, and it's like, wait, uh-oh. It's not going to work. It's not going to go over as well. So, to me, it's a bit of a different thing. Because I remember one of his coaches kind of looking at me like, what? Because for some odd reason, they're more accustomed to fathers showing up, but at the same time, they're like, man, where's the stereotype at? And it's like, yeah, whatever, man. But like, share, subscribe, or die trying, man. Peace.